Alafia family, Abaru, Aboye, Abosheshe, Ikado, Ikale, Kasan, whatever time you're viewing this video, faith that you're viewing it with good faith and good peace. I wanted to take time today to speak about herbal astrology, right? Time cycles that we use inside Ifa Asheshe, right? So I want to take time to speak about lunar timing and Órísà planetary correspondences. Because in Ifa, understand that time is very important. Nothing exists outside of time, right? Every person, every destiny, every leaf, every medicine is born into a specific moment in the universe for a specific cause, right? Herbs are not powerful alone with the chemistry. Herbs are powerful because they are alive, they carry a shade, right? And they are part of the cycles of the world. So until we understand this part of the herbal work, some people can maybe even have some confusion when it comes to Ifa, right? So I want to speak about what is herbal astrology, right? Because we need to understand that every herb has a special and spiritual temperament. It has a cosmic rhythm. It has a planetary alignment. Herbs respond differently depending on the time zones, right? The moon phases, the week of the months, the day of the week, the Órísà that's governing in time, right? So the three time systems in Ifa, right? The what we recognize as three overlapping time cycles. You have the lunar cycle, which is the moon. You have the daily Órísà cycles, right? And this is when we get also Ifa calendars and different things like that, right? And then we have cosmic destiny timing. And this is governed by the Odu and the Ori. So first I want to start talking about lunar timing, because why is the moon so important? Why the moon matters so much? Because the moon, as we know, is governed by the water, right? But what is the water of the body? What is the river? What did we say the rivers of the body was? The blood, right? The moon is also controlling and has a synchronicity to our emotions, our growth, our decay, to the womb, right? The portals of this human experience and the psychic sensitivity that we have. So since herbs are mostly water, they obey the lunar laws, right? The moon feeds herbs, the moon awakens medicine, and the moon opens spiritual gates. I want to take time to speak about the four main moon phases, right? The new moon, Osupa Atuntun, right? This is for birth, intention, and planting, right? This is best to start all herbal treatments for new destiny work, spiritual intentions, and becoming, beginning, your cleansing cycles and your shedding cycles, right? Perfect for Ibori, right? This is the good time for long-term healing. And like I say, as far as we speak about Ibori, rebuilding the Ori, restructuring the Ori, right? Resetting our destiny, getting back in tune with our life's direction. All of this is the perfect time when we're dealing with Osupa Tuntun. This is the new moon, okay? In case I forgot to mention. Osupa Tuntun is the new moon, right? Next will be the waxing moon, Osapa and Obosi. This is a great time for growth, right? We already done planted the seeds. We already done built up the structure. We already done reconnected to the foundation, started rebuilding the foundation. Now we're growing. Now we're increasing. Now we're building attraction, right? This is great for manifesting, right? So this is when you're dealing with prosperity, Okosi. This is when you're doing different love work, strengthening relationships, strengthening your health, empowering yourself, working on your diet, making sure you are going to live and be able to accomplish, right? You're building up spiritual power at this moment. So the herbs that's harvested at this point are good for drawing things towards you, increasing energy, and, you know, making the recipe, making the ingredients, making a successful formula for you, right? As the moon grow, so does the work that you are placing forward, okay? So the waxing moon, Osapa and Oposi. This is great time for growth. The third will be the full moon, Osapa Akinkun, right? This is for power. This is for climax. This is for revelation. This is when we're using very, very strong okosis during this moment. This is when we're doing divination, building communication with the ancestors, and doing the other ancestral venerations and ancestral work, okay? This is when we're crafting and concocting okosi for protection and doing other protection rituals, okay? So the herbs that is harvested during this time are highly charged, they're emotionally intense, and they're spiritually volatile. You have to have a balance. You have to have a plan. You have to have a strategic formula to what you are doing. At this point in time, you're past growing. At this point in time, you already done set your intentions, okay? Because the full moon, specifically the herbs that we use during the full moon, they are very, very powerful, right? They're not gentle compared to when we were dealing with herbs during the frequency of Osapa Tuntun, right? When we're just starting out on this so-called work. So next we have the waning moon, is Osapa and Giri, right? This is for removal. This is for cleansing. This is for releasing. This is for letting go, breaking negativity, right? Removing illness from the body and from the spiritual state. This is why where you see us taking a lot of spiritual baths during this time. Uncrossing work, banishing work, right? So the herbs that we are harvesting during this time has those effects, those cleansings, those banishing effects, those ending of cycles, those cutting ties, right? Those cord cutting rituals is done during this time where we're releasing trauma, right? Because the waning moon, right? So as the moon fades, burdens fall away if we have done our time during that moon course, right? So this is the deeper understanding, or the deeper knowledge of understanding of how to use the moon with the herbs, and not just, you know, using whatever comes to you. Now, I always say, you know, revert back to slavery, right? And the reason why you hear me say that is put yourself in those type of situations. This is for the argument between the different cultures, between Santeria, Lukumi, Kamable, and Ifa, Asheshe, and all the other ones, right? Sometimes based on environment, based on situations, based on what is going on in life, you do not have the privilege or the resources to be able to get certain things. So understand, sometimes, you know, we just throw concoctions together and hope it works. But to get a precise and direct communication, to get a authentic, and to follow the formula of how it's supposed to be laid out to get the official benefits that we speak of, you must follow the formula correctly. So all of this is important, okay? So next I want to go into Órísà, Planetary, and Correspondences, right? Because based on African cosmology and Western astrology, right? Western astrology studies the planets above. Ifa studies the forces living through the nature. And this is why we speak about the Órísà as a naturopathic energy. Órísàs are karmic energies to a certain degree, as far as being judges, as someone said, right? But most importantly, Órísà are cosmic intelligences, right? They move like planets. They rule time, behavior, and medicines. They express through herbs, metals, colors, days, and other frequencies. Okay? These are cosmic forces, not only to break it down as naturopathic frequencies. So this is why Ose Ifa, right? The Ojo is so important. Iku Ojo, right? Because each day carries a dominant Órísà current or vibration. So we must remember, and we have a slight breakdown here, which some of these are subjective, right? So many different temples, so many different cultures believe different. But we just have a general breakdown of what it's supposed to look like, right? So Monday, which in this grid we have it listed as Obatala, right? Moon energy. The planetary vibration of the moon is in synchronicity of Obatala during that day, right? Clarity, peace, purity. The herbs that's aligned to this day and to this Órísà is the cooling herbs, the white plants, the soft leaves. Okay? And on this day, it's best to do Ori cleansing, mental health checks, and peace restoration, right? Some people believe that this is not Monday, but this is also Sunday as well. Once again, it can be interchanged, and all information is subjective based on what temple or lineage you come from. Okay? So Tuesday, we can say is Ogun, right? Now we know Wednesdays is usually marked for Ogun. But on Tuesdays, it has Mars energy. The planetary vibration is under Mars. And those themes is synchronized with Ogun, which is for action, for war, for cutting, and for survival. Okay? Now, once again, this energy can be present, especially on a humanly level, based on Wednesday, which we have Ojo Ogun, which is usually on Wednesday. Okay? So something to keep in mind, but the herbs that's aligned to this frequency is the bitter herbs, the sharp smelling plants, the roots, which all of these is great for protection, for breaking obstacles, for using a courses, right? Now, Asu, they have marked for Wednesday, but we also know that Asu is for Monday as well, okay? But on Wednesday, we have Mercury energy for Wednesday. The planetary vibration is Mercury. This is for communication. This is for crossroads. This is for intelligence. And this is how the energy is synchronized to Asu on Wednesdays. And this is why when you see the Osei calendar and they break it down, you can see multiple Orisas being praised to or given to or venerated on those days. And this is, the widely spread of the self-practitioner, the solo practitioner, but also the different lineage, the different temples, and the similarities between the Orisas and the energies and vibrations and frequencies that they can give us. Ashe. So the herbs that we use on Wednesday is aligned with fast-acting herbs, right? Stimulating leaves, plants with aromas, and all of these is for road opening, negotiations. Negotiations will come through with communication, right? And the mental clarity, finding the way, seeing the light. So for Thursday, we have Shango, right? This is Jupiter energy that we are synchronizing with Shango. The planetary vibration is under Jupiter for Thursdays. This is for expansion, authority, for justice. The herbs that's aligned is fire herbs for blood and strengthening plants, right? Best for court cases, leadership, and success rituals. Now, we know that the vibrations of Shango can carry all of these out, but this is also the vibration of that day as well. Friday, they have it matched up for Osun, right? Venus energy. We don't have to say too much about the planetary vibrations of Venus and Osun. We know it's for love and beauty and sweetness, right? Blossoming energy. Sweet herbs, fragrant herbs, feminine herbs. Okay? This is for self-worth, for all fertility work, childbirthing, love medicines, love okosis, right? Saturday, we can give it to Oya or Obatala for the energy, the planetary energy of Saturn. The best work is for the ancestral work, the breaking the curses, the serious healing. This is when we have a direct plan of what we're doing, right? The death, the rebirth, the endings, the discipline. This is all aligned with the frequencies of the Órísàs of Oya and Babaluaye and the energy of Saturn. Dry herbs, protective roots, graveyard plants, Ashe. And finally, for Sunday, we can give it to Ifa, right? For Oremila. Because this energy is the energy of the sun, the energy of exposure, one of the oldest frequencies that we have in this world, which brings in wisdom. The thing that charges us, put us back into our frequency, aligns our chakras, right? Put us forth on our destiny. These are life-giving herbs, strengthening plants for long-term spiritual growth, for divination, for destiny alignment is what we're usually using this energy of the sun, right, and Sunday. Like I say, all of this is interchangeable. I 100% do not worship based off of each of these days, but just saying that on these days that the energy of the vibration of those Órísàs are present. Let alone, I wanted to speak about this because let alone from what we say of the following the Ose Ifa calendar. Okay. So combining the lunar and the Órísà timing, right? True mastery comes when both of those systems will align. The waning moon for Ogunde, right? The obstacles will be removed. The waxing moon for Osunde. The attraction work will be successful. The full moon in Orimila. The destiny will be revealed. Okay? So remember that the wrong herb at the right time may still work. I'm going to say it again. The wrong herb at the right time will still work. The right herb at the wrong time, it could fail. But the right herb at the right time carries the full ashe and intention. You understand what I'm saying? So we're not leaving up the chance. We're trying to get direct with this, families. Because herbal mastery is not about collecting plants, right? It's about listening to time. It's about building patience, building communication, building relationship with the natural cosmic elements that is around you. And as you do that, you will build the proper communication and relationship with the Órísà. You will build the proper communication with the sun, with the moon, with the planet that you live on. And this is how you will be more grounded. This is how you'll be more in tune. This is how your root chakra will be unblocked or activated. Because the moon speak, the days speak, the Órísà speak all through the herbs. Ashe? All of this has a relationship with each other. You must find out what is your role in this conversation. Your job is to learn when to act and when to wait. Ashe? So power is ultimate, families. All faith that you have retained some of this in your notes. I didn't want to be too long. I kind of wanted to make it simple, but enough for us to be able to speak about this. For anyone who have any questions, do not hesitate to load them into the comment section. Don't hesitate to message us and DM us privately. For everyone who is supposed to be marking Ijosin with us, make sure you either message or email us so we know that you'll be in attendance. And everyone who is coming to the upcoming ceremonies, whether you are giving a bowl, you are getting divination done, or you are just getting a cleansing, make sure you reach out to us so we know you are coming. Ashe. All power and faith to Ayariti, power and faith to Baba Olede, and all of the work Odoro D Temple has been partnering up with us and helping us out with. And everyone who is watching this video, faith that you are in good health and good peace. Ashe. Until we meet next time, family, Abaru, Aboye. Ashe, families.